Hey guys, how's it going? You just saw a pallet coming off of a truck, and that pallet contained 126 plants. 126 plants. This is so exciting. Isn't that crazy? That is so many plants. It goes from here all the way back there. That is so many plants, even up on this railing here. So this video is going to be filmed over the next few days because I just got home from work and I'm not ready to tackle this. I do need to do a little bit of watering, just to make sure everything is fully watered. We have an umbrella up right now because this whole section would be in full sun, and that's not what I want for these plants. I have some hostas, I have some heucheras, I have some tiarellas, I have shade-loving plants, I have some astilbe, I have like bleeding hearts, I have full shade lovers, and I also have some full sun lovers here. There's a few things that came, they look a little bit crispy. It's fine, it's not the end of the world. I think it was just the plants that were at the very top of this giant pallet, and they might have been by some air movement, and so they might have dried out. Everything else looks so good. Look at this right here. Isn't that so good? So I'm trying to stall. Okay, let me turn the camera around and I'll show you guys what just happened, because this is amazing. This all stemmed from the trip that I was just on in Utah, the Cultivate trip. Couldn't remember the name of it. I got distracted because the car drove by. So this was from Cultivate, and these are all from Proven Winners. And I was talking to some of the people there at Walter's Garden, and they had decided, they were like, hey, we want to send you some plants. I was like, I'm not gonna say no to plants. So I'm not working with them, and I'm not working with anybody. This is just a shipment of plants that they decided to send out. And I said, absolutely. So let me turn the camera around. I will try to go over as much of this as I quickly can. And then I gotta get to watering. And then, like I said, this is gonna be filmed over a few days anyways. So we are gonna do a little bit of planting, but I'll probably end up doing that tomorrow in a few minutes. Look at this. It's so good. It's so gorgeous. Ignore that plant because that plant's not part of this load. And neither is the rose there. I've had that. Anyways, like I said, I need to do some watering. These have been on a 4-day journey to get to my house, and so they need some loving. This right here, I'm so excited about this fuchsia. It's called Back to the Fuchsia. Isn't that gorgeous? And I don't know anything about a lot of these plants. Isn't that so pretty? We were looking at some of the photos online, and these are just like full of blooms. 22 inches tall to 24 inches wide, and zones 3 through 8. I'm in zone 9, but salvias usually do come back pretty well for me. So a lot of these plants, they were telling me that these are the plants that they brought to a lot of the shows. They don't sell the plants from the show, but they don't take them back to their nursery and sell them back to a retailer or anything like that. So what they do is they send them to people like me who get to show off these plants to all of you guys, if that makes any sense at all. So that way they're not going in the garbage. So I get to enjoy these beautiful plants. And there's some that I'm really, really excited about. There's one right here that I want to show you. This clematis right here, it's called Stand By Me. It's about to continue growing and continue flowering. And I'm so excited about this. This is one that I've wanted to try for a while. I don't think it grows in my zone. What zone is it? I think it's zones 3 through 7. So this is gonna be one that I put through the ringer, full shade. You can see right here, there's the Ansonium storm cloud, and those got hit. So these are a little crispy. And then same over here, and so did the yarrow. Those don't look the greatest. So there's a couple of them that look a little bit rough. So they'll totally bounce back because the roots are fine. And so it's really not the biggest deal on those. But look at how good some of these look. Look at this heuchera, it's massive. Holy cow, this is one plant. Look at that, one plant, it's huge. Who is this? This is the dressed up prom dress. Isn't that so cool? I just realized my camera lens was dirty, sorry. And then, okay, this is the one that I'm the most excited about. This is the allium called Serendipity. I've wanted to grow this for so long. There's no blooms on it now because it's done blooming. It was a show plant, so it was forced super early to bloom. But I'm so excited to be able to have this for next year. This is what they look like. They're so cute. I have 10 of these. Isn't this amazing? These are hardy in zones 4 through 8, and this is probably about as tall as they actually will get. The bloom spikes will probably come up just a little bit taller. The grass is gonna like start flopping in it, and then the blooms stick up about that same height. So I'm really excited about this. I saw this in Janie's garden, and I keep seeing other people have this one, and I was just in love with it. Even this, I don't mind this like strappy, grassy texture. Does it smell like an allium? Let me smell. It smells like an allium, and alliums are onions and garlic, things like that. Garlic, onions. So I have a lot to do. I've got some planting that I need to get done, obviously. Good thing we finished the fence and took down the other fence and opened up that area. I gotta get all of that turf tore up and irrigation laid, and I gotta get planting in my garden because these are not gonna wanna stay in these containers too much longer out here. Luckily, we are starting to cool down. It is gonna be 100 degrees, so they won't love that, but we are starting to cool down. So I will take that, and the plants will be happier. And so these are all gonna get planted over the next couple weeks. These are not all for my garden. My plan is to share these. I have a friend who, she has 2 kids, and I mean, you know, you have kids and money doesn't go towards things like the garden. And she wants to kind of transform her garden on a budget. So I've sent her a list of like some soils and some mulch that she needs to get, and I am going to bring down some of these plants so I can share with her. And I just thought that would be a really great way, because I want all of these plants, but I don't need all of these plants, if that makes sense. And if doing this YouTube thing is going to get me free plants that I can share with more than just myself, and I can make videos about it, promoting the plants and talking about the plants and sharing plant inspiration with you guys, and also help it so my friends benefit from it, let's do that. So that is the plan. These are not all just for my garden, because this is a lot of plants. So I'm gonna get to watering, and then I will be changed, and it'll be tomorrow, and we will go ahead and get some of these planted. And it's the next day. I am gonna move all of these really quickly. They don't go that way, they go that way. I'm gonna move all of these plants. We have a little table. This is a lot of plants, and I got home last night and I was a little like, I don't know, delirious from working all day, and got home and I didn't quite realize what all showed up. There are so many plants here. And then having this umbrella right here, I have like heucheras and hostas and things like that, things that are just gonna burn, that don't want any sun. And at the end of the day, this section right here is full sun, so I need to get all of these plants right here out of this area, because they are in full sun in their nursery cans, and they are not going to be happy with that. So I have a little folding table that I'm going to put in the side yard over here, and I'm going to stack some plants on top of it and some underneath it, so that way I can move some of these things around, kind of get the shade plants in a more like shaded area back here. Got it all organized now. Now there's a walkway. I swear there is a walkway. These grasses are just slightly in the way. Let's go over it really quick. So these ones look the roughest, and it's okay because their roots are fine, and I do see like lots of green growth and new growth down below. So these will be totally fine. These are the Firefly, what is it? Firefly Yarrow? Yeah. yarrow. I don't know why I didn't know that. So these will all come back, and it'll be totally fine. And they'll just be super pretty in the landscape. I have 3 denim and lace Russian sage, which I love. Russian sage, so does Brent. And then over here, okay, so funny story. I didn't really plan to grow this one, but I decided that I kind of needed to. So this is the Bejeweled Rose Rhinestone Penstemon. And if you've been here for a minute, you know that I get penstemon and pennisetum confused all the time. I grow pennisetum on my property. I've grown pennisetum the last couple years, and I love it. Penstemon I've never grown, and because they're so close to each other, like sounding wise, I flip-flop them all the time. And everyone corrects me because it's wrong when I say it, so I often say I call it black stocking penstemon. I'm still gonna do it. I call it black stocking penstemon. That just rolls off the tongue better for me for some reason, instead of black stocking pennisetum. So this is Rose Rhinestone Penstemon, and my hope was that by growing a penstemon, that I've never grown penstemon before, that I will remember it. So I have 3 of those to try and figure out which is which. That way I can maybe stop messing up. Probably not. These are some Coreopsis right here. I just thought they were really pretty. This is the Designer Threads Golden Needles. And I don't know, I thought they would be perfect for fall time. Loved that. And then this is the plant that I definitely don't think I can grow in my zone. I think it's like lower, oh no, it says zones 4 through 9. Anyways, this is the Baptisia, and this one's called Vanilla Cream. And they look a little sad now, but they will totally rebound, and next year they'll be fabulous. Really excited about that. This is another one I'm really excited about right here. This is a phlox. This is called Coral Sunset, and so it's very vibrant. It just got a shear back, obviously. That's gonna be so fun to have in the garden. I cannot wait to see those next spring. I have 5 of those, and then I have 10 of these right here. This is a salvia. I can't remember which one this is. It is, oh, we already talked about it. This is the Back to the Fuchsia salvia. And so I have 10 of these. I wanted to do a big drift of these. So 10 of them. I didn't realize they'd be this large. They're huge. And then same over here. These are the alliums. These are the Serendipity alliums. So excited about this. I have 10 of these. This is going to be a gorgeous drift. And I don't know, I really just like this texture just by itself. I think that that's so gorgeous. And then over here, this is one that I saw at Janie's house. This is meant to be raspberry agastache, however you want to say it. I don't really care. I loved, look at the underleaf is the color of the leaf or whatever. And then it's this like gorgeous color. I saw this at Janie's house, fell in love with it. I'm so glad that they were able to send me a couple of these. They're perfect. Over here, I wanted one of these. It's very sad looking, but it will be okay. This is the Amazing Daisy Marshmallow, and I saw this in Fort Bragg, and I loved this plant in Fort Bragg. And then I have 5 of the Cat's Pajama Nepeta, and they're so cute. I love it, and then I love how full of blooms this is. So gorgeous, and this is the perennial of the year. So obviously we had to have 5 of those, and these plants are all much larger than I thought. Down below here, these are going to be fun to grow in the garden. These are a phlox called Opening Act. Excited about those. And then these ones, I think I have 10 of these. I love these. These are Pink Potion Veronica, and I love Veronica. And you can see this one still has some of its blooms on it. So it's like pink to a white color, and then they all turn pink. So gorgeous. Love Veronica, and those are going to be perfect to tuck in the landscape. Now let's come back here. These are all the shade lovers. So tons of shade lovers. All of these heucheras and tiarellas. Oh my gosh. Isn't that amazing? So they sent out a bunch of them. I'm not going to go over them because this is probably going to be one of the first things that I get planted. Isn't that stunning? So gorgeous. Some of these, one of them is like dressed up prom. I said I wasn't going to go over all of them. I can't even get to the tags. We're not going to do it. Anyways, loved these. All different sizes, all different colors. And I thought that this would be so cool. Literally kind of laid out just like this. Maybe, you know, putting one of these purple ones, you know, back here. Kind of like just a cool drift of color and vibrance and just yumminess. And then I've got some heucheras. They have a little tiny bit of burn. But honestly, like all, not heucheras. I have some hostas. These are called Diamond Lake, I believe is which ones these are. Can't remember. I also have some other ones that I can't remember. Otherwise, hostas. Yes, have those. And they do have some burn on them, but it's fine because all hostas have burn this time of year. So then this down here is Meadow Rue. It is called Cotton Candy. So excited about this. It says full sun to partial sun. I'm gonna pretend this is not any type of sun, at least in my zone. This is zone 4 through 8, and this is definitely a shade loving plant. I love this plant, super gorgeous. Look at the like new growth on that. Isn't that so pretty? So super excited about that. I've got a couple of those. I have some ferns down here that I'm excited to tuck into the landscape. I've got 2 of these. I think I'm gonna tuck these by the fountain. This is the crested surf, and it gets 22 inches tall and wide, and it is zones something. 3 through 8. Oh goodness. I've got a couple other things down here that I'm really excited about also. This is the pink diamond dicentra, or bleeding heart. So excited about bleeding hearts. I love bleeding hearts. These are zones 3 through 9. And then this is a clematis. This one I'm so excited about it. This is called Stand By Me, and it's one that I've wanted to grow for a very long time. So I'm really excited to be able to get my hands on this. This is like a bush type clematis. Love that. Here's some more hostas. These are the Diamond Lake. And then over here, these right here, I have one of these on the property already. This is called Storm Cloud Ansonium. And I love Ansonium. I love the blooms that it provides. They're gorgeous. This one just got a little crispy. It will be fine because the roots are okay. And there is still some life left in that. So they should be okay. They are hardy in zones 4 through 9 also. So they should be good. So everything is here. Everything is watered in. I have to go. So I'm not doing any planting now. I'll be back tomorrow, which is also going to be in the same video, and we will do a little tiny bit of planting. I've got some things that I have to go take care of today. So this video is filmed over 3 days, which is really weird for me. Usually my videos are filmed over 1 day, 2 days max. So 3 days to take care of these plants. I'll see you in 2 seconds and we'll get something planted. And it's another day. So my plan for this morning is to plant the cat's pajama nepeta. I gotta find somewhere that I want it to go. I'm thinking the bed with the apple espalier. I think that's gonna be the best bet. I think it'll look really good over there, and it's like gonna be something that I can plant kind of like closer to the front, but also I'm not 100% certain because we're doing this whole rework thing, and I want to make sure that nothing's gonna be like kind of in a walkway area or too close to a walkway. So I was also possibly thinking of putting it back here, but it could be that that gets too much shade. Now I don't know. Really good at this gardening thing. Okay, another thought was I do have this Haconocloa right here. This is why I walked over here, was because I want to plant it by the apple espalier, but then I saw this Haconocloa, and the Haconocloa does not look good right here. It's too far forward, and it just doesn't look great. So I was thinking, what if I did the cat's pajama nepeta, like all 5 of them just in this area, and it was a big, huge mound of purple. I think that might be pretty good. Actually, I talked myself into it. That's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna pull that thing, the Haconocloa, and we're gonna move it somewhere else where it can get a little bit more shade and a little bit more protection. And the nepeta is gonna go there, and that's gonna be so pretty. Perfect. Thanks for helping me figure that out. There's not a whole lot on the property that looks great right now, but I did want to show you guys a few things before we get to planting. So this rose right here is called Soul Sister. This is a brand new one. Beautiful new bloom. I love the way that the like petals on it are ruffled, and it's this like multi-tone color. This is one that is much more aged bloom. This is one that's basically done. They turn white. And then this right here is a brand new one. So I love this one. It's such a gorgeous rose. Soul Sister. Oh, here's one back here too. Oh, isn't that so pretty? This has quickly become one of my favorite roses. Wasn't ever a really orange rose lover, but this one is just like, I don't know, it's very romantic. And then my Beyond Pinked Bluebeard is finally starting to open up and bloom. So I've got all of these little buds coming, and this whole shrub is just gonna be like pink. It's so gorgeous, and it goes from here to here. It's about this tall, however big that is. It's massive. I love this thing, and usually the pollinators are like crazy for this. So I love this shrub. I'm so happy that it's finally starting to bloom. It's just, I don't know, it's so cute. I love the way that the blooms are kind of like, I don't know, Dr. Seuss-esque. I think it's really cool. And then I also had to show you guys this one. These orange roses have just like taken my heart this year. So this one is a miniature peach like landscape rose. This one, I love this. This one has just kind of blown me away. I wasn't sure I was gonna be impressed with it, and I am so impressed with it. This color, I'm really loving this color. It's so romantic, so sweet. It has even more buds to come, like more blooms are coming on this thing. And this one stays much smaller. I can't remember the size of the Soul Sister, but this one only gets a couple feet tall. I think this is probably about maturity. And then I think it gets like 2 feet wide or something like that. This is one for like any landscape. It's so cute. I love this one. And this is a aged bloom, so it does the same thing, but it turns like more green. So they start out this color, and then they slowly fade down to a white, creamy green color, and then it pretty much drops all of its petals. You can see, I mean, it holds on to a couple of them, but it's pretty good about dropping them. So I've seen a ton of them down below. So you're not seeing all of these like dead crispy blooms. Like this one probably just faded and it lets go of them. So I've been so impressed with this rose. And then I also want to talk about this rose because this is one that I have like swore up and down is the most magical rose in the entire world. And this year it's kind of let me down. And I know why. It's my own fault. And I'm still seeing issues with it. Jeez Louise. This is called Silver Lining. There's a spider that just dropped. Okay, this one, beautiful, beautiful rose. Holy cow, that is a huge praying mantis. I almost grabbed that. I almost grabbed that praying mantis, and that thing is probably the size of my hand. Maybe like up to here. That is a massive praying mantis. Anyways, this rose, I've swore up and down, is my most favorite rose. And I love this rose when it performs well. The problem is I pulled it out of the landscape and then put it in a terracotta container because I knew we were moving in the next couple years, and I wanted to make sure I took this thing with us. And then it started to like have a little bit of dieback from the shock. And then when it did a new flush, it got infested with aphids. And so we took care of the problem, and now I see the aphids are back. So this thing has just been so poorly treated this year, and I feel so bad because this is one of my favorite roses. It's really a gorgeous, gorgeous rose. But this year it just didn't perform the way it should, and it's my fault because I ripped it out of the landscape. So I had to show you guys a few of the things that were looking really good right now, and I guess they were pretty much all roses. And because I am walking past this, I'm gonna get questions. This is our honeysuckle espalier. You can just search Visit Our Garden Espalier and you will see how to install it, how we maintain it. And you'll also see, you can search Visit Our Garden Fence and you'll see our black fence and how we do that. So this is the Nepeta right here that I want to plant. This is the Cat's Pajama Nepeta. So excited about this. This one, perennial of the year, full sun lover, 12 to 14 inches tall and wide, and it is for zones 3 through 8. I'm in zone 9. It should winter over for me. I would be shocked if it didn't winter over for me. This one I really wanted to try because of the amount of blooms that it's supposed to push out. I don't know if we'll actually get blooms this year because I'm just now getting them in the ground. I just received them. But they should do exactly that right there. So full sun lovers, Cat's Pajama. I have 5 of them, so we're gonna do all 5 pretty close together just because they only get about 14 inches tall and wide, up to maybe 18 inches at absolute most. So these ones I think will be perfect, and these are huge plants, so this should be instant impact for me. And of course, Freya just joined me up here. got the bed mulched and I got the plants planted, and I went ahead and I did run individual emitters to all of them except that one. These ones right here, they had a line there, but because we have such hard water here, I think that the emitters are clogged. So I just went ahead and I ran a 1 gallon per hour emitter to each of these plants and to that one, because I noticed that this was a little dry. I think it's probably dried because it's got the lemon cypress right here, like sucking up all the water. So figured a little extra water there, and then this hole was pretty wet, so I didn't do any irrigation to that one. But I got this bed mulched and it just looks so clean right up against my dying grass. And I did mulch all the way to kind of the back there and kind of like spread it out thinly. This bed needed to be mulched a long time ago. Never got done. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. These are going to be so gorgeous here, especially with the dark mulch and the way that they pop. My favorite mulch is this Garden Time Pathway ground cover mulch. I get it from Home Depot and from Lowe's. Lowe's has a much better price, but I like it because it's very natural looking. Most of the time, the wood chips are very dark like this, and they're ground pretty finely, which is what I prefer. There is, you know, the occasional, you know, medium-sized chunk or whatever, but this is the one that I really enjoy using. I like the way that the plants pop on it. It's not red, it's not like black. It just kind of like feels natural. It doesn't even like, I don't know, you don't think about it. So that is gonna be it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It took me 3 days to get this video filmed, but it was so worth it. All of those plants, I cannot wait to get them all planted. It's gonna be amazing when they all get planted. I have ideas, I have some things coming, and I don't know where everything's going, but I have a general idea. Either way, it's gonna be amazing. Amazing. Wow, that was an accent. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for visiting our garden, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.